A show of support and lights for 3 heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice. Right now, buildings in Burnsville are shining blue and red for police officers Matthew Ruge, Paul Elmstrand, and firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth. They all died during a standoff with a gunman 1 year ago. In honor of those fallen first responders, Burnsville Mayor declared today Public Safety Memorial Day. It was an emotional day for many who attended a memorial at City Hall.
I came out to pay my respects to the fallen because my son's had issues in the past and I've had to deal with the police and the EMTs. So I want to pay my respects to those we've lost.
One of the first responders' fellow officers was also shot but survived.
As WCCO's Jonah Kaplan reports, Sergeant Adam Medlicott marked this day with a mix of grief and gratitude.
It's tremendous to know that every day I get to go out and work and try to do the job to the ability that Paul and Matt could do it.
Sergeant Adam Medlicott was shot twice last February 18th, once in the arm and once in the back. He was back on patrol 3 months later.
Did you ever think of not coming back?
No.
Never thought?
No. I took advantage of the resources that were made available to me. I did therapy and I listened to advice, and I followed the advice that people were giving me about, exercise, eating right, taking care of yourself to allow yourself to recover from that.
Medlicott said he learned a lot from friends in the military, including some suffering from PTSD after tours in Iraq and Afghanistan.
What resonated with me was you're going to experience a lot of things, and it's going to be really hard to deal with. Just know it's normal, and that every time you're dealing with this moment of insomnia or recalling an image or a smell or a memory that you don't want to have, just remind yourself that it's normal and it's okay, and accept it and just process it.
What's it like being on or answering domestic calls again? What's it like answering shots fired calls again?
You just have to rely on your training in the moment. If you thought that every time you went to a domestic or every time there was shots fired or anything of that nature that you were going to get shot and your friends or you were going to get killed, nobody could do this job if that's the way you had that thought.
This is the home here where the standoff took place, 33rd Avenue and Burnsville Parkway. State investigators still finishing their after-action report, but here's what we do know from preliminary investigations. There were 7 children inside, and the shooter fired more than 100 rounds. Yes, tragically, the 3 first responders shot and killed. Sergeant Medlicott also hit, but there were as many as 14 officers within range.
Inside PD headquarters, the reminders are everywhere, in the lobby for the public and the garage for all patrols. Looking back and moving forward, it's a tough balancing act, but that's why the halls also boast plenty of reminders about taking care of yourself. Police officers are able to access therapy 24/7. They can cheer up with not 1, but 2 wellness dogs. They can kick back in what's called the Zen Den, even hit the gym during a shift.
To take care of the community, we need to be able to take care of ourselves and each other.
And has that happened?
I think so. I think the fact that everybody who was on that scene that day has come back. The resilience that our folks have shown, I'm so proud to work with them and see them continue to come back and do the job that they were called to.
The deputy chief calling Sergeant Medlicott a true leader, not just for Burnsville, but for officers everywhere.
Law enforcement is a calling, not a job, and it was a calling for me, and that's where I feel the most comfortable and the most fulfilled and the most that I can make the most impact in my department and this community.
And for Medlicott, being back is his ultimate badge of honor and the best way to honor his friends.
They were the officers you wanted in your street, coming to your house and helping you. So the best way I can honor them is by coming to work and working the way they would have worked.
In Burnsville, Jonah Kaplan, WCCO News.
Right now, Burnsville police are raising money to send the entire department to Washington, D.C. for Police Week this May. That is when the officers' names will be added to the National Police Memorial.